After the heartbreaking scene in Sanditon Season 3's last episode, we couldn't help but wonder what would happen in the next one. The final scene between Colborne and Charlotte was so breathtaking that we even argued it was the best in all 3 episodes. We only hope episode 4 tops it with a similar scene because, let us tell you, we want them to be together as soon as possible. We should look at the preview released for the next episode to see what it will tell us. Let's dive in immediately. The preview starts with Georgiana receiving multiple letters. She reads the newspaper as they arrive. We learn about the content of these letters in the next scene, which shows Samuel talking to Georgiana. He says the only way these claims will cease is if you find a husband. Honestly, if there is one thing Sanditon showed us, it's how difficult it is to be a young, unmarried woman with a large inheritance. Even though she just evaded Lockhart's claims, more people are claiming her inheritance. Since the start of the season, there has been a single message given to Georgiana, which she repeated herself. She needs to find protection. Even though it's upsetting to know that this protection can only come from a man, it was the truth of the times. Samuel also agrees that she needs to find a husband to ward off these claimers. We're not sure what she will do about it. She burned Otis's contact information, which probably signifies that she is trying to forget about him. But we're not sure that will happen. Even though she wants to protect herself, she is not a person who could do a marriage outside of love. So we believe Otis will return in some way. If we look at the next scene in the preview, it can be seen that the Colborne house has some unlikely guests. Charlotte, Ralph, and Mary are standing at the entrance of the Colborne house, with Augusta, Leo, and Alexander in the room. We thought that Charlotte was leaving for Willingdon. It appears she went and brought Ralph back with him. But why are they at this house? Leo asks Ralph a question that all Sanditon fans have been asking since the end of Season 2. You're the man marrying Miss Haywood. And Ralph responds with, I am indeed that lucky fellow. Well, at least he knows how lucky he is to have Charlotte. They look happy on the outside, but Alexander, in comparison, seems angry as hell. He is probably unable to fathom how Charlotte chose Ralph over him, or he can't stand seeing them together. We will return to this tension in a while. Let's look at the next scene in the preview, which shows Edward and Augusta. If you remember, Alexander shattered Edward's dream of calling on Augusta. So they are probably meeting in secret again. Edward says, if there is a way for us to be together, I will find it. Whatever this man does, we will not believe he is a changed man. No matter what. He is a sociopath who is only after money and his well-being. We're only upset that Augusta is falling for his games. We hope they don't run away together or something. An unexpected but appreciated new storyline of Season 3 is the one between Henry and Arthur, and they find their place in Episode 4's preview. Henry asks Arthur if he's been avoiding him. In the previous episode, Henry came out to Arthur, but Arthur couldn't say anything either because of shock or embarrassment. They will probably talk more in this episode after avoiding each other as much as possible. Even though we just got to know Henry, there is something nice about him that makes us ship him with Arthur. We cherish the idea of these two together. The last scenes of the preview show that Georgiana is hosting yet another party. She looks gorgeous in a red dress. Luckily for us, both Charlotte and Alexander are invited. In fact, a scene shows Ralph and Charlotte chatting with the Colborne family. Ralph says, I should be glad to return to the calm of Willingdon tomorrow. Alexander responds with, is that a view you share, Miss Haywood? Now, we already knew that Ralph didn't like Sanditon. We're guessing it was too fancy for him. But he also didn't like the person Charlotte turned into when she was in Sanditon, meaning a more lively and happy woman. Alexander knows more about Charlotte than her fiancé does. He knows that Charlotte loves Sanditon and wants to stay here as much as possible. However, Ralph doesn't share that view. Alexander hints at the differences between Charlotte and Ralph and tries to make her realize what she is getting herself into. We hope he becomes successful at it. That's all the preview for Episode 4 shows. The tension between Charlotte and Alexander seems to be rising, and we're here for it. What do you think will happen in the next episode? When will Charlotte break up with Ralph? Tell us what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you soon!